Jim Baxa. I'm representing myself and also I'm representing West Texans for Life. My position is for this bill.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in West Texans for Life, this is our #1 bill. This is the bill that is taking priority. We are grading it very heavily on our scorecard, and there's many reasons for that. One is this bill actually acts like we believe that abortion is murder. I haven't seen any other bill that acts like abortion is murder. We say as pro-lifers that we believe abortion is murder, and this bill allows us to prove that we believe that. If we believe that abortion is murder, we recognize that we better charge everyone involved with that crime. This bill also does something wonderful, and it stands in the face of a tyrannical system in Washington, D.C. that has given an opinion that murder is okay, an opinion that we know is wrong, an opinion that we know is unconstitutional. Roe v. Wade is unconstitutional, and the 10th Amendment puts it to y'all to stand up against that tyranny and do what's right.
Thank you, Jim. Members, any questions? Did you have a question for the author or for Jim? I'm sorry, Representative Niave, I forgot you had a last-minute question for the author, but if you'll ask Jim.
Sure.
Representative Niave.
Thank you, Chairman. And it was something that you just mentioned in
Sure.
terms of looking at it, and thank you for your testimony.
Yes, ma'am.
In terms of looking at it as murder. And so there's a section in the bill relating to the penal code. Have you read that section?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
The chapter 19 of the penal code. Do you know what offenses are included in that?
Oh, it's a homicide section of the code.
Okay.
And one thing we love about this bill is that it takes that exception out, where previously there's an exception for the unborn baby that we're recognizing it as a baby, but we're putting an exception into the clause that doesn't make any sense.
So the legislation, in essence, allows the state to charge a woman with murder. Is that correct?
A woman who has committed murder should be charged with murder. Yes, ma'am.
So a woman who has an abortion is allowed under the legislation to, the state will charge a woman who has committed an abortion with murder. Is that correct?
Well, you say will charge, and that I can't say is correct
Will or
because
is allowed.
yeah, the bill would allow the Attorney General to make that determination. Now, let's put it this way: in reality, the Attorney General is probably going to figure out a plea agreement with the mother to have her testify against the abortionist. That's probably what's going to happen.
Well, I just want to. So I'm just trying to clarify.
Sure.
So the legislation is allowing a state, a DA, a prosecutor, whomever, to charge a woman who has undergone an abortion procedure to be charged with murder herself. Is that correct?
I think you're phrasing it wrong, but your idea is correct. What the bill does.
How am I phrasing it wrong?
Sure. What the bill does is it allows the state to charge a murderer who happens to be the mother of the baby that is being murdered.
Okay, so let's put semantics aside in terms of, and I hear what you're saying, I hear what your point is, but I'm just trying to understand or to really highlight that a woman who undergoes an abortion procedure is going to be charged with murder. She can be charged with capital murder as well, correct?
That is a potential possibility.
And capital murder is subject to the death penalty, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So a woman who undergoes an abortion could be subject to the death penalty for having an abortion.
See, but you said
correct? Yes or no?
So you said put semantics aside, but then you went right back into semantics.
I'm going to. No, a woman who, and I disagree respectfully,
Sure.
but
Go ahead.
So a woman who undergoes an abortion procedure can be charged by the state, whether it's a prosecutor or whomever, with capital murder and herself be subject to the death penalty for having an abortion. Is that correct?
That is a potential in this bill.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Members, any other questions? Okay, the chair